Hey everybody, an all-new edition of Craft Brewed Sports starting up here in just a minute. It is the last show of 2020, so we are rating our beers this week on the year scale from the bottom, 2020, this dumpster fire of a year, all the way to the greatest year ever, 1998, the last year that Notre Dame won a national championship. Scott, what are you drinking tonight, and rate it on the year scale from 2020 all the way to 1998?
I am drinking Fergie's Classic Pilsner because it's the middle of winter, so why not go with a baseball American classic right dead center in the middle. It's not stout season, it's Pilsner season, baby. This one comes out of the Sons of Kent Brewing Company all the way up in Ontario, Canada, so America's best making its way into Canada. That's right. We're taking over Canada. We're taking over.
Shout out to Michelle.
4.9% or 4.9% ABV. A little low though on Untapped. Only 3.57 caps. I think they're bullshitting though, because for me, this is the year 2003, senior year of high school, when things were good and you had the whole world in front of you before life shit all down your leg. 2003 coming out hot.
That's a good choice. Drew, what do you got in your mug and rated on the year scale from 2020 to 1998?
I just found a flaw in my rating, and now I'm panicking and second guessing myself. So I'm going to try to vamp for a second as I decide if I want to give away my age. But really what it is...
Nobody cares how old you are.
Nobody gives a shit, you're right. So Coastal IPA from...
Dubco, baby. It's Dubco. Destination Unknown.
Yes, Destination Unknown, and actually it's a collabo with Coastal Kitchen, which is not one I had heard of before. But so Coastal IPA, very solid beer, delicious, smooth. It's a milkshake IPA. So, I mean, you know, I'm all about that. This thing's way up there. I'd give it the tip top of the scale, 1988, but as such, I can't give it that high a mark. I'll actually give it my birth year of 1986.
Oh, fair enough.
It was only supposed to be 1998.
It was.
That was
we ranked the 2 years out of all of human history. 2020 is the worst year. 1988 is the best year.
It was 100% a typo on my part. The correct top of the scale is 1988. This is definitely my fault. Notre Dame National Championship.
So you,
yes.
Oh my God,
yes,
that's right.
I typed it wrong, and then I
do some
read.
Show prep, Scott.
No, it's my fault.
I did do some show prep. Mike fucked me on this one.
It's my fault. I typed it wrong, and then I read wrong because I was doing multiple things over here because Joe isn't here. This week, I'm drinking Tropical Demise. This is a blonde ale with mandarin and passion fruit from Mockery Brewing in Denver, Colorado. 5.3% ABV beer, 3.74 caps on Untapped. I haven't even had a sip yet because I'm so flustered over here.
Yeah, good. We got you pissed off before the show even got going.
It's good. This one's good.
On a high note.
This one's solid. I would give this one. I would give this one a 2004, Scott. Similar to you, right just after senior year of high school, but it's that first taste of freedom freshman year of college when I got to get out of the grips of home, boozing it up. Failing all my classes. It was fantastic. It was a great year. We got an awesome show for you guys coming up tonight. Be sure to hit share, help us out. Comment below, let us know what you're drinking, and rate it on the year scale from 2020 to 1988, the correct year at the top of this scale.
Hey, all I want to say is that the only year that's better than the year I was brought into this world to save all y'all fools is the year Lou Holtz brought the Fighting Irish national championship.
There it is. And that was 1988.
I knew 1998 sounded like a year too soon. You guys haven't watched
New show starting up now. Hey everybody, it is Wednesday night, the last Wednesday night of 2020, so it is time to crack a beer with us. This is Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me as always is Scott. Scott, how you feeling tonight?
Feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
Terrific, man. We made it through the year, bud. We're here.
We did.
it.
What a crazy fucking shit show of a year.
It really has been terrible. I'm glad it's coming to an end, but we did it, and we had a lot of shows. This was probably our most shows in a single year that we've ever had.
Yeah, the pandemic actually kept us doing more shows than we would have otherwise.
Right. Very, very strange. Also hanging out, Drew. Drew, how you feeling, bud?
I'm feeling good. This year's almost over. It's at an end. Just to kind of sum up the year, I just moved the side that I mount the mic on, and it's changed the entire game. I have so much space for activities over here, and I don't know why I never thought of putting this stupid thing on the left-hand side when I'm always banging into it. Remember 2 weeks ago when I poured beer everywhere? It's because I couldn't get it out of the stupid fucking mic boom, and that's ended up pouring on my. Jeez, this is 2020 summed up. Just a mess everywhere.
Pretty much.
And we just lost the audience.
We never had a reason else.
By the way, I like
audience.
Ed's comment. Ed saying, "Where's the intern to fix Mike's typos?" That's a great point. Where is Cam? I haven't heard from Cam. Cam's it's Christmas break. We're giving him Christmas off. We're good bosses.
I didn't co-sign on that.
No time off.
And
Get the hell out of
Scott-
here. What do you think he's paying us for?
Scott wants to know, are you and Mookie, Scott, that incompetent that me running things is the best case scenario? I think so. I think that's about how
no,
Scott, have you been
absolutely.
watching the last
pretty
9
accurate.
months, bud?
Yeah, where you been, Scott? This is last 9 months, last 5 years. What are you talking about, Drew?
Well, there was the time. No, there was a time we had a producer, I thought.
Oh, that's a good point. We got an awesome,
wow.
we got an awesome show for you guys tonight. We are gonna do
review, baby.
one-ups. We're gonna do some one-ups a little bit later on. Scott is gonna do that hockey for us, and we got resolutions, New Year's resolutions for all of the sports. Before we get in on deck, though, let's give a shout out to our friends at Boss Man Brands. Listen, everybody. It's wintertime. You got to grow out that beard. So whether you're rocking that crazy quarantine beard or that tight 5 o'clock shadow or that little baby face like Drew got, our friends at Boss Man Brand can help you
You're a
out.
dick.
From supplements to help your beard grow stronger and fuller, Drew, to beard oils, pomades, and conditioners. Real men. Bossman Brand's 4-step process will get your beard looking its absolute best. And even if you don't rock a beard, they got razors and lotions to make sure your shave is buttery smooth. Just head on over to craftbrewsports.com/beard. Use the code SPORTS at checkout to get 15% off your entire order. That's craftbrewsports.com/beard.
Sell out.
Drew, I got...
Just uncalled for, man. I was debating shaving before the show, and I was like, well, I don't want to look like a baby-faced 12-year-old, but I also don't want to look like, this.
You're on deck, buddy.
Thanks, dude.
Love you.
Anyways, as I get my wits back about me, remember what we're doing here in the show, I gotta tell you, boys, I'm super excited because after the amazing success of the XFL last season that was cut short by COVID, as many things were this year, we have yet another alternative football league spinning up here in America. So just as 2020 has really got us down in the dumps and where we think life can't get any worse, there is a glimmer of hope brought to us because the fan-controlled football league is coming in February. More to the point, it is going to be headlined by the one, the only, the Captain America himself we need right now, Johnny Manziel. So I'm sure you're curious as to what the FCF is exactly, other than a very interesting yet somewhat cool-sounding acronym, and I will tell you very shortly. It is exactly what it sounds like. It is a fan-controlled league. They're going to be voting on who plays against whom in the games. It's going to be 7v7, no offensive lines, nothing like that, just skill players and quarterbacks. And the fans are actually going to set the rosters. They're going to call the plays and, quote, interact in a blend of traditional and esports environments.
This sounds absurd to me.
Absolutely. But at the same time, this is the kind of chaos I'm here for on the good side. For all the shit 2020's given us and just the disorganization and calamity, tragic loss of life, this is the start of the exact reversal of that. Because what could be more fan-friendly than a fan-controlled football league?
Didn't we try this before? Didn't we already suggest this whole thing?
I don't know. I don't understand how it even works. Like, they're calling the plays. How much of a delay is there between like when you can call the plays and when they actually run the play? What the hell is happening?
Well, so hold on, Mike. Let me ask you a clarifying question. When was the last time you played Madden?
Probably around 2004.
Okay.
No wonder it was another good year for you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, right. So basically, I look at it. What they're going to do is they're going to do it. What is it? The Ask the
Wait,
Coach
hold on. Is
style?
Daniel finally admitting that Gruden sucks as a head coach? Do we have breaking news in the chat?
Oh, we might. Hold on.
Holy God.
Dan did say
Or
he's
Harbaugh.
better than
Notice
Gruden
you left
or
that name
Harbaugh.
out.
No. I wasn't worried about Harbaugh. We've come to that conclusion
You
a long
know
time
Also-
ago. But Gruden, if he's agreed on Gruden, we
Shout
have
out-
just hit new territory.
Shout out to Cam. Cam's listening on Twitter. He's hanging out. He's.
Oh, nice.
I'm just glad Cam's alive. Hi, Cam. Love
We were
you.
worried about you,
didn't-
bruv.
We didn't approve Christmas off. At least 2 of the 3 of us didn't, but it's cool. We'll soon get back.
Hey, he doesn't need to get paid. He's going to get a stimulus check. It'll be fine.
Yeah, well, Cam, we got you for 600 bones.
There you
Eventually,
go.
maybe.
Coming straight at you. Because we'll be the ones, that can give you a W-2 at the end of all this. But really, Scott, it's not that hard to call plays, because what you'll do is they'll run out a set of like 3 or 4 plays for the situation. Coaches on the sidelines have that today, where their analytics department is giving them 4 plays like, hey, here's statistically the best thing to do here.
Right.
All you got to do is throw up a Twitter poll that runs for 25 seconds. And at the end of that, boom, that's what Johnny's calling and running.
And okay, and we have learned, there's one thing we have learned from all of this stuff. And whenever it comes to putting things on the internet and leaving it up to the general
So they're
public,
going to be running the boating mix on every play.
Exactly.
Is that a bad thing?
It is going to be.
that
No,
a bad
because
thing?
there's going to be so many haters that will just be like, I think we should run Johnny
I want-
Manziel up
yes.
the middle just to watch him get hurt.
It's 3rd and
Like,
12.
run it back!
Wait, that's a good point, Scott. Can they hot route out of the plays?
Well, you would hope that the players at least have that type of control, because I'm telling you, there's butthurt fans that would do
Yes.
that. Be like, man, I really hate Johnny football. Let's just call a bunch of runs up the middle and get him killed.
The fans of the other team
Well,
can
but-
call the play to screw over the other team. Like, this doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. What are we doing here?
Well, no, because it's only going to be offensive plays. Because be honest, how much of America could actually call a defensive coverage?
I can engage 8. That's the only one. I know.
Engage 8.
And guess what I'm calling every single time? Engage 8. We're blitzing every single time. Just call me Greg Williams. I am blitzing
Hey,
no matter what the situation
All you got to do
is.
is get home once, right? Send that message.
Oh,
And
wait.
you can also call him Greg Williams because he's paying bounties.
Hell yeah, I am putting that money on their heads.
Hey, man, players be hurting after COVID, right? They miss some game checks here and there. It's been rough.
Drew, this is
Doesn't
a
have to
weird
do with him
league.
putting bounties out.
We need to,
Hey,
because
they got to make
need
up the
money.
fun somehow,
They
Scott.
gotta get
Oh,
money.
fair enough. That okay. I just didn't get the correlation for a second. There. I got you.
By the way, just as a reminder, once we hit 100 comments, your boy over here is going to do a Kong beer bong, and we are so
word.
close to 1,000 followers on Twitter. Hit that follow button. Help us out. Tell your friends to follow us. And we are going to give away a Kong beer bong. So 100 comments, and we are going to give one of those away. Hit that up. I'm going to take next on Deck. Just looking at Scott's story, I feel like mine fits better here. In case you don't know, the Lakers won the championship like 2 weeks ago. Like, it just happened. And now basketball is starting back up again because
There's a big
2020 is
old
weird.
star next to it, though, when you look in the history books. It confirms that.
There will be an asterisk, at least in Scott's book. However, a certain person got a ring this week, and it set Twitter on fire because Magic Johnson posted a picture saying that he was so blessed to receive his championship ring, and he posted the picture of him and Cookie with their rings. Why did Magic Johnson get a ring? What is going on with the Lakers organization that Magic Johnson, the man who said, I'm not going to be here, and gave the meme that, like, took over the world, that dude
forgot about
gets
that
a ring.
greatness.
Yes. The awkward shaking his head. He, like, walked out. He quit before telling his boss. He announced it at a press conference, shook everybody. He was just like, I ain't going to be here. And he gets a ring. What did he do this year for this team? What did he do?
Well,
He
not
quit.
He was gone before LeBron
only
signed, right?
that,
He wasn't even there when LeBron
asserted
signed.
himself as like a Lakers fan, or not Lakers fan, but a Dodgers fan. Like first and foremost, he was like very out front about his Dodgers ownership the minute all that happened.
Yeah, Scott running through a tunnel there at the end, but yes, yes. As soon as that happened, he became a Dodgers fan, and I don't even think he was there. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think he was there when they signed LeBron. I feel like he left before that.
You guys are missing the big point here. Like, there's nothing to be upset about because you know exactly what this is. This is the kid in high school that buys his own Letterman's jacket so he can wear it around to feel cool. Like, Magic paid for his own ring out his pocket. He went to the jeweler that made the team their rings and was like, yo, let me just get one. And like threw him an extra 50 G's just to make sure the guy would make it for him. A custom ring that happens to look like their championship ring. That's what happened. Just chill out. It's fine. Guys just, trying to
He got it engraved. It said still not dead yet.
Wow.
What?
He thanked Jeannie Buss on Twitter. Like, he thanked her. So it wasn't.
Weren't they banging at one point? Oh, no, that was Phil.
He throws her under the bus. He quits. He blames Rob Pelinka, calls him a snake, tries to sabotage the entire organization, and still gets a ring. LA fans, wow. I don't know what to tell you. You guys.
LA fans are the worst. Throw that out there. Like, regardless of them being like maybe being outraged, that they still suck. I just want to make sure that that's on record.
As long as
I don't think that ever changed.
As long as we all got that. All right, let's wrap up on deck. Scott, when you are ready, my friend, you are on deck.
I guess I'm ready. So this story was classic for me because I was like, Christian Woods, who the hell is Christian Woods? This is one of these dudes that I found out, and it's Christian Wood. There is no S. Like, see, that's how little I know this dude. But apparently he's been balling out recently in the NBA, secured himself a $41 million contract with the Rockets. But of course, he's one of these dudes whose story is that he went undrafted on draft night. He got cut by like 2 or 3 teams, and all of a sudden something happened and the light switch flipped, and all of a sudden he's like balling out of control. And I mean, anybody that's making $41 million is nothing to scoff at. But the best tidbits to come out of this is that dude lost his girlfriend at the time on draft night. So he's sitting there, the 2 rounds of the NBA draft go through, he gets overlooked by everybody. And this dude says that, quote, I lost my girlfriend that night too. He said, I dropped her off at the airport after the draft and never saw her again.
Oh my God.
So this hateful bitch basically was
you
out
didn't get
here
drafted?
for
I'm
the
out.
ride, wanted to be an NBA wife, saw that this dude wasn't going to make his NBA dreams come true, or at least she thought on draft night, ditched him, and now the dude is worth $41 million. And wow, you gotta be like, that's the all-time biggest blunder.
Wow.
Good for him. Good for him. Because you know what? She was clearly the anchor weighing him down.
Well, no,
no, he absolutely hit the jackpot by never having to be with her. But what I'm saying is this is an all-time blunder for her.
Oh yeah,
because she didn't stick around long enough to even see if dude maybe got picked up by a team or something. Like, she was just like, oh, you didn't get drafted? Well, that's the end of the ride. See you later, loser.
She wasn't settling for undrafted rookie free agent minimum. Like, she wasn't sitting around for that, whatever it is, $750K. She's like, nah, it ain't worth it.
She's like, wait,
but
you're
this
gonna,
seems
you're gonna
to
go
me like
G
it's
League?
the best case
so.
scenario, though. Like, she's not going to end up marrying somebody who's in the NBA. So best case scenario, she makes somebody who makes, a decent amount, but never NBA superstar money. And then she turns this down. This is totally the equivalent of, hey, you know what's through door number 1, but would you like to open up door number 2 and take what's inside there? And you cash out and you get like a rock.
I would like to see what's under door number 2. Like, I want to see where she ended up. You know what I mean?
You can take the $1 million in this briefcase, or you can open up door number 2. Door number 2. Door number 2. It's got to be worth more.
Dude, you just hit on the thing there. Like, who did she end up with? Because I do want to see her sitting at dinner, just like pissed off, looking across the table at whoever she ended up with. Like,
I feel like it was like a mattress salesman.
Like just a guy.
Mattress salesman. There it is.
He's
That's
like,
who she with
he's
right now.
overweight. He's just like, he hates life. He's like stuffed into his chair, and he's just like a dick to her all the time. And she's like, I could have had 41 million a year, you son of a bitch, and just hates her life. And then meanwhile, this dude is just counting his cash, loving every second of it. Good for him. Good for him.
It's yours, son.
Biscuit pointing out, by the way, that Magic actually owned the Dayton Dragons for a while, the Reds farm team. There you go. The more you know on that one.
How much did that cost?
Probably not much. It's a double A or a single A affiliate, I think. So it's really. And Chase saying a boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat,
man.
This has been On Deck, brought to you by Boss Man Brand. Again, go to craftbrewsports.com/beard. Get 15% off your order when you use the code SPORTS. craftbrewsports.com/beard.
Sell out.
All right, fellas. Let's see. It is. I was gonna wait a little bit on this one. I was gonna kind of hold off a little bit, but it is everybody's favorite segment. It's what everybody tunes in to do to see.
Oh, it's that time. Hold on a second.
This time
Let
of
me
year.
get ready.
Yeah, you go ahead and get ready. I'll vamp for just a second for you, because, ladies and
I can buy
gentlemen,
you some time because Travis's boys are getting smacked right now.
I don't want to hear
the
that.
Second half to Seton Hall.
I don't want to hear that one, Drew.
Yeah,
it is.
we're vamping, so might as well vamp.
Don't vamp with bad news, bro. Good news only. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for ATSIH LDTH, or as most people know it,
As they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Scott, over to you. It is time to do that hockey. What do you got for us this week?
Guys, Patrick and Lindsay, they're kaput, man.
Oh,
Year-long
so
engagement, just down the shitter. And I mean, for Lindsay, man, I mean, first it was Tiger that thing fell apart, and now it's Patrick, like one of the greatest hockey players ever. Like, where does she go from here? Like, there's only so many people that she can date after this. Like,
Aaron
what happens
Rodgers.
to Lindsay? Aaron Rodgers? I don't know.
calling my
It doesn't
shot
seem
there.
like she seems to have a type.
I was
Aaron
gonna
Rodgers
say,
doesn't seem
Aaron-
to fit the profile.
She might have to go with one of the wide receivers, not with Rodgers.
I hear Dwayne Haskins is available.
Dwayne Hoskins?
He's got some free time on his hands.
Drew,
Who's Dwayne Hoskins?
That's a football player. Scott is very big in hockey.
you mean
He's not
Dwayne
big.
Haskins?
Yes.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins. Who the hell cares? that washed up OSU quarterback that just got dropped from the Washington football team. You know who the hell I was talking about. Shit.
Scott,
I'm a hockey guy, man. I don't know the footballs.
how is the
Shit.
hockey world?
You want to talk hockey? You want to talk hockey?
How is the hockey world reacting to this news, Scott? Because for me, it feels like love is dead. Like, what is the point if PK and Lindsay can't make it work?
Who?
What do we? Oh,
You
sorry,
mean
Patrick.
Patrick.
Excuse me. Patrick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if Patrick and Lindsay can't make it work, then love might as well end.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
I don't know. Can we get a status check on Paulina Gretzky? She's hockey royalty. How are things working out for her these days?
They
Guessing
weren't.
pretty well, probably.
They weren't good for a while. She had.
No,
some-
I know that's what I'm saying. Like for a while there, things were kind of sour.
Yeah, it was a little rough there for a while with DJ and.
I'm
and
gonna have to
Paulina.
do some research. Maybe we can cover it for next week's.
I love that the first thing that comes up when you start typing her name is Paulina Gretzky ass and not Paulina Gretzky. Like, way to show some respect, folks. Like Scott said, she's hockey royalty.
It's unreal.
She's got that royal dunk, apparently.
So, Scott, back to that hockey. What else you following in hockey this week? What other news is out there?
Some big time guy that used to play for the Rangers, he retired or some shit.
Oh, wow.
Wow, wait. Who was the big time guy?
I don't know. He was wearing a fucking Tampa Bay jersey in the picture that I saw of him, and I was like, look at this asshole winning a title that he had no business winning on some fucking team that doesn't have any business having a city that doesn't have a team because it's warm weather and shit. But then it turned out this dude retired because he like broke his back or some shit, so he didn't even play this year to win the title. So then I felt kind of bad. Then I kept reading and I was like, holy shit, this dude's 35. I am so washed because I'm about to be 36 in a couple of weeks, and this dude's like, I'm retiring from the NHL, and I'm like, I need to lose like 40 pounds next year because like, wow, COVID started to kick my ass in that department. So yeah, it was just a whole bunch of just like, wow, this is my life when I saw this dude retire. And then I was like, oh, he started with the Rangers? Fuck him even more.
Well, Tyson calling it out, saying Ryan Callahan is not a big time guy. You're being challenged on your hockey.
Well, the headlines made it act like he was a fucking big time guy.
You're being challenged on your hockey expertise.
Twice?
Yeah,
in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even know his name, so how big time did he be? How about that?
Well, you said he was big time. I don't know. I'm just going off of what you said there. Can you talk to us a little bit, Scott, about the Zdeno Chara signing that happened this week?
Why'd you just give him the name?
Because
I work up to it.
Drew, where have you been? That's part of the gag. Me saying names, Scott doing that.
Yeah,
hockey.
You didn't do it well. Then you got to screw that up better.
That's right.
Was this the guy
right?
that got was the first dude to ever have something on his jersey, something special on his jersey? His name's all in something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, his name is in letters, and it spells his name.
Oh man, there's some dude that signed he's like the first person to have his name put in some type of different language on his fucking jersey.
I don't believe that was.
How do I even search for that?
You can't put that
hockey
in Google.
player name on jersey.
Google it. Yeah, there you go.
Time.
Don't make me hit with that. Let me Google that for you for the second week in a row, Drew. I'll do it.
So
I'm gonna try to challenge the hockey.
What do you
expert.
think? How do you think that changes things, Scott? With him, what team did he play for before?
What that?
Oh, you went through a tunnel. Go ahead, try that again. Who did Chara play for again?
You said the guy that signed this most recent deal, the guy you were asking about.
Chara, yeah. Who did he play for?
He played for Tampa Bay.
No, he did not. He did not play for Tampa
I'll give
Bay.
Scott credit because he's like, I know Tampa Bay's a hockey team, and I know it wasn't Colorado, so we'll say Tampa Bay.
He played for
I'll
Boston.
look less stupid,
right? It was Boston. Was he in Boston?
Boston with the
He's
bees.
Cam, chime in. Let us know if that's correct. And then he went to. Where did he end up signing, Scott? Again, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not the hockey expert.
He signed with Toronto.
No, he went to the Capitals. Unless the Capitals moved, did they move to Toronto?
At least Scott
did
sounded confident there.
Yeah, I thought it was Toronto.
I like Tyson's quote that he has. Quote: "He's a guy who has a name that's on his jersey." Hockey expert Scott Kaiser.
You guys are rude, man.
Well said. Well said. Hey, all right. Well, let me help you bring you back to hockey. This isn't really hockey right here, Scott. You're right.
Yeah,
this is just talking about stupid moves and whatever. Let's talk about the game. How do you think the Blackhawks are going to be affected by their latest medical announcement?
Oh, my dude, Patrick Towns or Toes, he's down, man. He's like, and they were like indefinitely, but they won't say if it's COVID. But I was like, damn, that's a big name. It's not Patrick Kane, but I know that name. Chicago's in a bit of a jam, man.
Yeah, they're in a tough spot with that. I mean, he's pretty key to their team. He's a grinder. He's a guy that goes out there and fights every night. Just that fourth liner, like. How do you think they'll shuffle the lineup?
Not fourth liner. He's fine. He's better than that.
Oh,
why is Patrick your go-to name for every guy you don't know the name of?
Because it's easy.
That's a decent.
Every guy who ever played hockey named Patrick.
Patrick Towns, the famous Chicago Blackhawk, Patrick Towns.
He's been big. He's really stepped up for them this year, let me tell you.
What are you thinking, Jonathan Toes?
Hey, Mike, you got something else there?
Yeah, I was just going to ask. I want to hear what Scott has to say about the World Juniors because there's been a lot of
let's talk
a lot
about
of
that.
action going on in the World Juniors. And Scott,
Those Germans got their asses fucking kicked the other day. Did you see that? And then the U.S. team, we beat the shit out. I still can't figure out who we played, but USA beat shit out of somebody.
Was it?
But
Do you
I
think
know
it was a
Germans got their
collection?
shit torched, man.
Do you think it was a collection of humans that had letters on their jersey as their name?
Shut up. Don't be silly, Drew. Come on. You're just making shit up now.
Lies.
He said, don't know who we played, but we kicked the shit out of them.
I mean, we did. We beat the Czech
I
Republic.
know.
7-0.
Okay, so that's who it was. Because I kept looking at the box score and I was like, I can't figure out what the hell country this is based off of this. So I was like, fuck it, I'll figure it out later. We killed them, so it doesn't matter.
All right, Scott, I'll give you a freebie. Do you know the score of the Canada-Germany game?
Wasn't it like 16-2?
Donna boy, Scott!
Wow.
Yeah, baby. I know that hockey.
Scott. Unreal, man.
How many touchdowns is that?
That's 2 with 2 extra. We went for 2 twice, baby.
Wow.
I thought you didn't know that football thing.
Wow, yeah. For not being a football
shit.
guy.
I don't know that Canadian football thing. What did they do there?
They do weird shit. You might not even be able to score 16 the way their scoring system works. Who knows?
Scott, you got
Daniel asking a poignant question in the chat.
I wasn't going to
Did
bring
Scott
that up.
turn up his vape pen for this show?
I wasn't going to bring that one up. But yeah, that's cool.
See, JB agreeing with me. Expert analysis is what he said.
Digging in deep there.
Yeah, you're really getting it. Anything else you got for us this week, Scott, for ATSIHL DTH?
No, I really don't think we've seen the entire reverberation that this whole Lindsay and Patrick split is going to cause. Like, we might have seen the title change hands because of this deletion of a romantic entanglement, man.
So you think it would have nothing to do with the realignment and adjusted schedule? But
did you see there's going to be a record amount of games on freaking network TV? Like NBC is like, we don't have anything to show, but we're going to show all the NHL games.
Yeah.
Finally, they got to. Like, what have we been doing all this time, Scott?
Well, think about it. NBC hasn't been able to produce 3 failed attempts at recreating The Office. So, like, they got to fill their waves with something. And this is a shown winner. Like, look at how the fans show up for this hockey.
That's a good point.
I would say that the NBC network has done the best at like doing hockey in their broadcasts. Like I like it better than even when it was on ESPN. Like their broadcast looks really good.
Oh, I was just going to ask a really dumb question, but that's par for the course here. Who carries the Winter Olympics?
It's NBC.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna be like. Well, wait, who covered the last Olympic hockey tournament? Because they did some pretty solid coverage, but it was
right. Yeah, no, I mean, I think the NBC does a good job at covering hockey. I mean, it's just most of the time they put their hockey coverage on NBC Network, whereas this is coming straight to regular ass TV.
Which that's what you got to do if you want to expose the game to more people. You got to put it on basic, like on those antenna channels. You can't put it on...
and there's a few other things we're going to talk about later on in the show. We have our sports resolutions, and I got one for hockey that would help them. It would go a long way with helping them.
All right, well let's get into that. Unless there's anything else you got for doing that hockey. Anything else you got for us?
No, but Patrick, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here, baby.
Scott, as always,
we'll get through this. We'll get through this together.
Thank you, Scott.
Hockey, let's do that hockey.
Thank you for doing that hockey for us. It's always a magical time, man. You do a great job. A fantastic service.
Much better
to
job
listeners.
than any belly up sports writers.
I mean, look, all I know is nobody else is here to challenge you, so you got it. You're back to being the champ, back on top. Scott mentioned we do have some resolutions that we're going to talk about for each league. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do these resolutions. We're going to go around the horn. And everybody is going to give one resolution. We're going each of the big four. We don't need to go crazy here. We don't need to talk MLS. We know how the listeners feel.
Whoa, what?
We know how the listeners feel, Drew, about MLS. So we're going to do the big four.
Yeah, like
we're
they're
gonna
uninformed.
We're going to give a resolution for each one of them, and it's going to make the game better. Like that's what we think. This is what they need to commit to in 2021 to make their game better, to make it more appealing to the fans. So I'll go first. I'll lead us off here. And we'll start with hockey since we just did that hockey. The resolution I think the NHL needs to do is they need to commit to the Olympics forever. No more of this bullshit of like, maybe we're coming in. I don't know. We got to talk. Commit now every single time the Winter Olympics, the NHL players are going. I am tired of instances where the best of the best don't show up at the Olympics. So that's the 2020 resolution for the NHL in my book. Commit to going to the Olympics. Drew, what do you got for the NHL?
That was actually a really coherent and solid point, Mike. So
thank you, man.
I mean,
I'm sticking to sports here.
Right.
I'm sticking to sports. Yes, it's what we do on this show. Real analysis about sports and bettering the games.
We dive into it, and honestly, I think where the NHL could really make an impact to their game is lean into the alternate jersey thing. Really get after it. They had some fun this year with the reverse retros, which look for the most part fire. But they need to take a note out of the NBA, and more to the point, soccer's book here, and realize that the more jerseys you have, the more opportunities you have to have something look cool or engage a fan that will make a purchase and maybe watch your sport and get involved than you otherwise would. And the best part is, too, that when you get these certain players like an Overchicken or a Messi or a Ronaldo, fans will buy their jersey in 3-4 different varieties year over year. So again, by pouring more money back into the sports, making it more of a global phenomenon and to latch back onto what soccer's done in the jersey culture, that would really give them a strong foothold to continue to move their sport forward.
I see what you did there. So maybe instead of calling them sweaters, they should call them kits. Maybe that's what they should do.
I think that would be nice. Yeah. I do appreciate they already have that parallel where they differentiate themselves. And I did make that misstep that they're not jerseys. They need to get after more alternate sweaters. Thank you, Mike.
Yes. All right, cool. Scott, before we get to you, JB saying 10-minute 3-versus-3 overtime in regular season. I think that's a fantastic idea. Tyson says move hockey to the Summer Olympics. Basketball is played during the Summer Olympics, but the NBA season is played during the winter, just like the NHL.
Damn.
There, I fixed it. So flip-flop those two. I love it. Just because
that's compelling.
And let's get that. That's going to get hockey into more warm weather climates. So I'm all on board with that.
You
know how much Scott loves that. Scott, what's your resolution for the NHL?
Stop being racist. I like the NHL to embrace more of black hockey players because, look, I am a hockey expert, and when I cannot name all of the black hockey players, your sport has a problem with racism. It should not be that hard to name all the black hockey players. So I need them to market them better and more upfront with all the Patrick and their marketing.
But Scott, I worry that's going to backfire, and they're just going to have less. Hang on. That Scott can name them.
I was going to say, hang on. Shouldn't it be harder to name all the black hockey players because there needs to be more of them instead of just
Look,
like a
I
handful?
said what I said. I said you need to market the black player better and stop being so racist. I'm the hockey expert. Don't try to correct me.
Why did you become Bill Cosby there? You like...
Rudy, get me some Jello from
the pudding pops.
Look, you assholes! You wanted me to give a hockey resolution. I gave you your hockey resolution. Stop being so racist.
Okay, good one. Way to stick to sports on that one, Scott. Thank you. That really helps. Yeah, there you go. Hockey. There's your hockey resolutions. All right, let's go baseball next. We'll go MLB. Here's what the MLB needs to do. MLB resolution for 2021. Beer league softball rules. You can't start an inning after the 2-hour mark unless it's extra innings. So if you only play 5 innings in 2 hours, home team gets the last at bat, and that's it. We don't need to go a 3-hour game and then however many hours with extra innings. 2-hour maximum time limit, and then you just play until somebody wins. That's it. That's that, and then more people are going to tune in. More people are going to watch that because it's not such a time commitment. Beer league softball rules for baseball. Drew, what do you got for MLB's resolution for 2021?
Damn, man, that's another
I'm doing what I can here.
Solid. I miss beer league softball, by the way, because man, those were some fun. I don't remember actually what days, but they were good days of the week. I think that baseball really. What they need to do is they need to bring back that minor league culture. They need to bring back that sort of hometown feeling that really made baseball the great American pastime. They murdered off a lot of these triple, double, and single A teams this last year with what they've done, and they need to flip the script. And honestly, the resolution they need to make is to implement relegation. Because what's that going to do? What that is going to do is give these smaller clubs a shot at the big leagues to make some solid cash to be able to sustain their franchise. Furthermore, you have these really high-end, top-end teams, these clubs paying all this money for these players. Well, they're not going to shell out that same kind of cash over a 10-year period if they hit a really bad downturn and they get demoted down a division.
I see what
so
you're
think
doing
about it
here.
that way, where now we've got this collusion situation going on right now in baseball where owners don't want to pay you Darvish money. You solve that by relegation, because then there's a realistic financial reason why they don't want to shell out $400 million for a single player, and at the same time frees up the players to make moves and be moved around to find their true value. So if baseball really wants to fix who they are and get back to what they were, relegation is the answer.
Just like in soccer.
And that's the best part. There's already a proven model for it that works.
You son of a bitch. I see what you're doing here, Drew. I see what you're doing. Scott, bring us back to the point at hand. Resolutions for baseball, for MLB, please. What's going to make the game better?
We've talked about so many different things that baseball can do to fix the sport. And honestly, it all comes back to one that has been haunting it for the longest time. Stop being fucking racist. I should be able to name more than 8 black players in your sport because there's more than 8 black players in your sport. What the hell is wrong with you, baseball? Like, how have you gotten so bad that black people are like, I don't even want anything to do with it? And the few that do, you're like, oh man, look, it's like a fucking unicorn. Like, if I wanted to have an entire starting lineup of black players, I struggle to find people to field the team. What the hell is that, baseball? Stop being so damn racist.
I'm starting to get very upset. I missed a scene transition. Drew went to his LinkedIn profile picture. Scott's connection is terrible. Your camera's all off now, Scott. You're like very close to the camera. It's very disheartening, but I'm starting to understand what's going on. I'm starting to see that you guys did not take this very seriously. And I'm
What are you talking about? These have been great suggestions.
I'm starting to get a little upset here. Upset because
you think baseball needs to get more racist?
No,
the inverse
no,
of
no,
what
no,
I said?
no. I'm just,
wow.
I'm just,
wow,
you know,
Mike.
I'm
Wow.
just,
You need to be careful. We'll get banned here
I'm
soon.
just feeling like you guys didn't take this as seriously as maybe I did, because I'm coming up with legit suggestions.
I did take this seriously. I mean, I want baseball and hockey to be less racist.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good dynamite analysis, Scott. Appreciate it. Drew just talking soccer every chance he gets. Okay.
I'm just trying to help sports improve, man.
All right, let's talk NFL. Scott can't make that racist, right? Okay, here we go. NFL. Here's what we need to do. Resolution 2021 NFL. No more draft. I want them to instead implement NFL signing day. You know how geeked out adult men get when a teenager decides that they're going to the school that they cheer for? I want adult men to get geeked out because a young adult chooses to go to his NFL team. So let's go NFL signing day, make these coaches earn that money that they earn. They have to recruit guys. They have to actually put a good product on the field. No more tanking, no more being rewarded for coming in last and only winning 2 games in the season. You actually have to sell your program to somebody. Ooh, it would be amazing. That's what we need to do in the NFL 2021 resolution. No more draft, NFL signing day. Drew, what do you got?
I got really good news because, as JB just pointed out, Zuck now has an interest in watching the show because of that recent exchange. So I don't know if we should give the Kong beer bong to the person that's the 100th follower or just give it to Mark Zuckerberg as he starts to smell something fishy going on here. I just throwing that out there. But Mike, here's the thing. I like your take, not as much as the other ones, because honestly, dude, you're basically trying to get the CFP in football, but whatever. I have a better take. I have a better idea because it's going to fix all of football, not just college, not just pro. It's going to fix all of football. And really the problem is these days they can't get replay right. They're either trying to replay too much shit or they're not replaying the right things. And when they do, it takes forever. It takes a goddamn eternity for the easiest calls. And the hardest calls they make in 10 seconds and still get them wrong. So football really just needs to reassess their replay situation, tighten it up, have regulations involved where there's someone separate reviewing the footage so that if there's a problem, they can buzz down, stop the game, and you have a hard stop on it of like 90 seconds or 120 seconds. And if you can't have indisputable evidence in that time, then you know what's going on. That's easy. That's all you got to do. Just fix replay. What they really just need is They need a video assisted referee.
A video assistant
referee.
A VAR is
Yes.
what you're asking for.
Will help to solve football's replay problem and improve the quality of the entire sport.
So you want them to go VAR like we get in soccer?
Oh, damn. Okay, they
son of a
probably need to
bitch.
use
Scott,
a different acronym then. 'Cause
Scott,
it's already
what's your
taken.
resolution for the NFL? What's your resolution?
All right. Now, I know that everybody thinks the NFL is okay, but these motherfuckers got to stop being racist too.
You
It
son of
is
a
the
bitch.
year 2021 almost, and we still have them, everybody wants to pretend like it didn't happen, but just a year ago, we were out here talking about whether or not teams were going to get doctored draft picks to have incentive to hire black coaches. Like, what the hell, man? Why is that still a thing? NFL, stop being so damn racist.
We have a
We
pre-show
talk
meeting.
about Marvin Lewis.
We
for
have a
second?
pre-show meeting, and we say, "Hey guys, let's do a segment that we actually take seriously. Like, let's really give like legit suggestions." And Drew's coming in with soccer, and Scott's answer to
Dude, these
everything
are
is
great
be less
ideas.
racist. Yeah,
You're out here
They're-
advocating
no,
for recruiting.
they're
You basically
fan-
want to see Nick Saban be able to win the NFL too.
Dude,
Do it.
this
Sure.
week we had to have the conversation whether or not Dwayne Haskins was going to get blackballed out of the league because he's a black quarterback and he was taking it on the chin for all black quarterbacks. And despite having multiple successful black current quarterbacks, we still have to talk about whether or not this black quarterback is going to get another shot when Ryan Leaf got like 30. But, the NFL doesn't have a race problem. But fine, Mike,
no,
my
no.
suggestion is
Wait,
no,
wait,
that's
wait,
less
wait.
racist.
Is
It's
that
cool.
Is
They're
that
good.
the NFL's race problem, or is that everybody that covers the NFL's race problem? That they're like,
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's more the coverage.
But the
of
whole
the
them not hiring black coaches thing is an NFL
See,
problem.
No, see, you guys are looking at this wrong.
That's an
again. What
OWG
we have
problem,
here
Scott.
Is there's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers. If he was taking pills, it wouldn't have been a problem. But there's so
I really expected you to go with co-eds there. That's usually your go-to.
no, these were adult working girls. They were putting in their time, man. They were out there earning. I gotta give them credit where it's due. They rocked that number 7 jersey like it didn't look ridiculous. Washington football team. Who thought that was a good idea? A soccer owner, probably.
Oh, God damn it, Drew. All right, fine. NBA, this is one that Scott cannot say is racist. There's no way that Scott can pull the race card on this one. So, NBA, here's the 2021 resolution for the NBA. Here we go. Do away with the three-point shot. No matter where you shoot it from, it's only worth 2. Or, inversely, we could make the dunk worth 3. Because the game has changed. Ever since Steph Curry and Klay Thompson became the Splash Brothers, the game has shifted, and now you get these weird James Harden Euro steps. You don't know what's a travel, what's not a travel. You got guys just chucking it up as soon as they get across half court. It's not basketball anymore. So let's do away with the three-point shot. No matter where you shoot it from, it's worth 2. And we could keep the three-point shot, but then a dunk is worth 3. Encourage people to go to the paint more. It's more exciting to see a dunk than a three-pointer anyways, so let's incentivize that. So that's what I'm going to say. Either get rid of the three-point shot and it's only worth 2, or make a dunk worth 3 points. That's going to save the NBA and save basketball in general. Drew, what do you got for your 2021 NBA resolution?
If that thing became real, how quickly do you think it would take James Harden to lose like 40 pounds, become quick, go to the hole every time just so we could keep drawing fouls?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's sure.
I just feel like that's natural, right? No, all right. So basketball, honestly, what I think they had going for themselves recently, even during the bubble, which was tough. I think the whole little mini tournament before the playoffs worked. I think it gave some interest. I think it really,
of a bitch.
It gave those teams at the bottom end a reason to keep playing, and it was entertaining, and the fans got into it.
Asshole.
And so what I think they need to do is build on that, find another way to work it out where the regular season still matters to narrow the field down initially, right? You have that sort of qualifying stage where everyone plays their regular season games as normal. Maybe you shorten it down to 56 or something, and then you have that field play each other in a round robin sort fashion. And that way they essentially then are able to establish seeding and eliminate another couple teams like they did with the Pelicans this last year. So that gives teams a lot more to play for, just more than just draft position. It's going to even it out because the Lakers are going to have a situation where they have to play a round robin game, but also understand who they're matching up against on the other side of the bracket. So you're not going to have teams mailing games in when they know that if I finish in first place in Group A, I'm playing second place in Group D, but I would actually rather play the first place team. So there's all kinds of extra strategy layered in to usually what are worthless rounds 1 and 2 in the NBA playoffs.
I am so pissed at you right now. I'm
What?
so pissed that you
That's a
just
great
suggested,
idea.
You just suggested group stage and then into playoffs, like you get in every World Cup. It's soccer. You're suggesting every sport turn into soccer.
It's not like World Cup at all, dude. It's not like World Cup at all. After the little round robin, after the regular season, then you're going to play a 7-game series, not a home and home. How is that World Cup?
I'm so mad at you, Scott. What's the
Scott, you'd be
2020 what's the 2020 I can't even fucking talk right now. 2021 resolution for the NBA. What is it? If you even say it, I swear to God, don't even say it.
Well, there's no way that I could possibly go there. But I'm going to tell you that the NBA, they've got a fucking race problem too. They need to stop being so racist in 2021. Have you seen how few white people get the opportunity to be stars in the NBA? I don't just mean guys that come off the bench. I don't mean we laugh at Brian Scalabrine. I mean actual homegrown American white stars. Because, yeah, sure, there'll be a couple of Euro guys and everything, but the NBA can't really market them like they want to because they've got some type of name that isn't exactly, we need a good
easy to
Ethan.
Pronounce.
We need a good Ethan who just, stars in the NBA. But the NBA needs to stop being so racist and give the white man the opportunity to shine at a star role. You know what we need? We need a new age. This generation doesn't have their own Keith Van Horn.
Or
Stop
Tony
being so
Kukoc.
racist, so NBA. Stop
Or
being
Steve
so racist.
Kerr.
I hate you guys so much. I am so mad at both of you right now. I am so pissed.
What?
People are gonna think this is a gag. People are gonna think, oh, they did the thing where you get Mike Matt. No, you fucking assholes colluded
honestly, dude,
behind my
Scott
back.
was gonna have
and
a thing,
came up
it would
with
be
your
to just say
thing.
stop being so racist.
Yeah,
about
I know
everything.
that's Scott's thing. I get it, but this is what you do. I always try to be like, guys, let's do at least something that's like legitimate sports talk. We'll try to be like, let's showcase that we can do sports talk radio. And you guys,
just did sports talk radio.
talk behind
I believe
my
I
back.
gave legit reasons as to why
I'm
each
pretty
sport has a race problem.
You went fucking Donald Trump at the end. We need a homegrown American white boys. Like, why don't you just throw on a MAGA hat at
Zuckerberg
the end
is
of that
really
one?
listening
Like,
now. That's for damn sure.
Well, you're gonna ask questions about a guy who is mixed breed and half, so I get equally as offended when I see racism on either side, buddy.
Look, all I'm going to say is we definitely did sports talk because Scott just took the Keyshawn. I just took the J Will, and Mike, you've been the Zubin all along. Like, this is definitely sports talk.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad at you guys.
I was going to say your face does kind of match your beard a little bit.
I can't even like describe. I know like every time something like this comes up, people are like, was that planned? Did you guys plan that? And I'll tell you, but
Well, no, the best part is we can plan it and we can still piss him the fuck off, too. That's the
fact
best
that
part.
you guys did this behind my back, and of course it's Drew tying everything to soccer. Everything, the thing that makes every sport better is to be more like soccer. Oh my god!
it just makes sense.
I want to punch both of you right in the face. I just want you to know that. I want to punch.
I still
you
feel like we need to address the elephant in the room of racism across the Big Four.
Yeah, he's trying to hit a Polish boy and Scott.
Yeah, you can Polish boy and Scott. Okay, whatever the time code is on that one, clip that one. We're gonna need that one for Cam. We're gonna need that one for the sizzle reel.
Wait, Cam's on Twitter.
Polish
Cam,
boy and
just
and
tweet
Scott.
something. We can backtrace it.
Holy shit! Well,
Oh, we might have
everybody,
the best Drew line ever.
My
That
mom
could
was so
have been.
proud. We made pierogies last week for Christmas. It was a mess in the kitchen, but they tasted all right.
Drew, by the way, I'm self-conscious ever since you pointed out that your 87-year-old grandma has been upset that you're not getting enough screen time. So I'm sorry. I feel like I need to just do a Drew Cam.
Oh,
that's
no,
just always
actually,
in the
I
corner.
mistexted. That's my 87-year-old. No, it's my grandma. It's my niece and nephew's great grandma. Never mind. You're right. My grandma. She's not.
Oh my god!
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, she isn't
What
giving
is-
me enough. You're not giving me enough screen time. Also, she's definitely in bed by now, so I don't know when she watches.
Tyson wants to know why I'm always trying to fight someone. Have you seen me, Tyson? It's just what I do.
Stuck at home with 2 small children.
I get a little booze in me, and this
It's
is what
also an
happens. Okay, so if you missed the resolutions, apparently all the sports need to be like soccer and stop being racist. That's the
honestly,
gist of it.
if all sports did that, this world would be a great.
I gotta be honest. I thought I had some legit suggestions there.
Okay,
I thought
but to
I
be
came
fair,
up with some
we did
really
except
quickly.
for the third one, whatever that was. I forget.
Really quickly, I got to give a bonus one here while we're throwing out these resolutions. Soccer,
Bowling.
you also got to stop being so goddamn racist. With your
Oh, that's
songs and your
100% true.
with your bananas and
That's
all your shit.
100%
So
true. Oh my god.
So be more like soccer, but don't
Yeah,
be
what-
more like soccer.
2 weeks ago, they stopped the Champions League game because the fucking fourth official was being racist.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
And
man!
he gave out 2 red cards. Both teams were like, "Nah, fuck you, dude." They walked off the field. Homeboy got fired in the tunnel, and they resumed play 4 hours later at midnight.
Wow, that's
Good
unreal,
God,
man.
man.
Tyson, thank you for your service, by the way. I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, everybody
'Cause
tried.
I just
Wait,
got it out
hang
here as
on.
a koozie.
Hang on. Oh yeah, okay. All right, it's almost time. Tyson's trying to Dan saying I had the
We're close.
worst suggestion by eliminating the draft. And he says that is saying
don't
that's
like that
the
one.
best part of the NFL. The draft is the best part of the NFL. Look, if you're on board with Scott's let's not be more racist, then how about we don't have a meat market where somebody doesn't get to choose where they work? Like, how about that? How about we come up with an option where people get to choose where they make their money?
Well,
That
see,
way
but
you're not
here's the
stuck
thing.
to go to some loser just because they tank their season. What a bunch of fucking cowards. Everybody, and it's every league. It's not just the NFL, but the NFL, it's more apparent because you get to see
It's
it every
the
single
worst.
Sunday.
And it's racist. The NFL is racist.
It's super racist.
They clearly have a
The
race problem. We just
the
talked
question,
about it.
yeah, the question I have for you, Mike, is if we get rid of the draft, do we still have the combine?
Sure.
Because you said meat market, and I thought you were going to go the whole route of they measure them and they weigh them and they stack them up to each other. I'm like, that's the best part because then you get to see flabby Tom Brady's ass back when he was a kid coming out of Michigan looking like a chump.
Dan's gonna come after you for that one.
Go
You
ahead.
Just called.
You know, he can marry Giselle all he wants, but he still looked like that at one point as a professional athlete.
And I get it. Yes, we do have college. I understand. Yes, that's exactly what we have is college football, and that's
But
what
see,
happens
even
in college football,
you
and
don't
that's
have
why.
choice. You can
That's why.
transfer once now.
Oh, that's
maybe.
true.
You can also go to a school, then have the coach fired heading into your second year, and you're stuck. Like, you ain't get to choose shit in college except for hey, Scott, ready for this? The co-ed hostess you hang out with on your visitation weekend. That's the only choice you ever get, and after that, it's all downhill. It's a worse of a meat market than the NFL.
JB pointing up Eli was supposed to be a Charger, didn't happen. Yes, that's a valid point. I understand that there are things that players could do to hold out.
Why did that happen? Because you know what? What does Eli got going for him, Scott?
Because his dad played in the NFL. His rich old white father played in the NFL.
OWG shit. Right there.
Everybody, there it is.
Drink responsibly.
Race problem.
We have hit 100 messages today, so thank you
dude,
guys.
it says it on the thing.
Yeah, it comes up there for
That's
you.
helpful.
So we have hit 100 messages, so it is time for your boy to crack open a beer. We're going to do a Kong beer bong. I should probably fill this in the bottom here, otherwise it's going to spill all over the computer.
I'm
and the sound
gonna
system.
join you again, but honestly, the only reason is I just want to bong a beer, man. This stuff is fun.
It is really fun to do.
This stuff is
Also,
fun.
It's super
dishwasher
fun.
safe because we watched it this weekend.
Oh, it's not dishwasher safe. You should hand wash this because it's insulated.
Well, we did. It seems fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
feel that Kong again. It's insulation. It's gonna jack up your insulation if you do.
Oh,
if you
who
put it in
gives
the
a shit?
dishwasher.
I mean,
Well, it's also a koozie, so that's kind of half of the deal with this. Is you get a bong plus a koozie out of it.
like this is my pool koozie for the summer. Okay, it doesn't need to keep beer that cold, just floating in nearby me. I've already planned this out.
It needs to keep beer floating and nearby me. All right, well, we're gonna give one of these away very soon. We
Dude,
only
they're
need
sweet,
like
though.
200 more followers on Twitter. Like it's super close, everybody. We're very
I
close.
need more beer. Holy crap.
All right, go ahead and get a beer while Drew and I do this.
All right, I'll be
bong.
back.
Hey, Mike, did you also notice there's those like rubber things at the top that keep your beer in place?
Yes,
so,
it holds it in
again,
place.
Pool koozie.
Again, another reason why you shouldn't throw it in the dishwasher because those will fall off in a dishwasher. Drew, are you bonging a natty light or a natter days?
Yeah, so this is the lightest stuff our house has right now. This is where we're at.
Dude, that's going to hurt the stomach, right?
It's
That's gonna
not
be
as bad
rough.
as the seltzer. I can almost guarantee.
I was
going to
say, our buddies over at Corner Booth Podcast, another Belly Up show, they stream on Twitter and Facebook and all those. They, the one dude, Kevin, said that his brother-in-law tried to bong a seltzer out of a Kong bong and almost immediately threw up. So bong responsibly is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I also want to say pussy because I did that like 3 weeks ago, right before we went on air, and I didn't puke on anything.
No, you just totally ruined the show. Is what you did when you did that move. All right, so
I don't
you guys.
remember it that way. So.
Thank you guys for the 100 comments. Keep them coming. Hit share, help us out. And again, follow us on Twitter. If you're not already following us, do it right now because we're going to be giving one of these away very soon to one of our Twitter followers. So cheers to you guys. I'll go first, and then Drew, you're following right behind me.
Oh, okay.
I got some koofies too. You guys want some koofies?
I love koofies. Yeah, Mike, where'd he go? See, you extend the hose very thoroughly.
That's the way to do it. You got to get that hose really long. You got to get.
Was
the hose.
that
He loves.
was that some
hose.
hams?
You got to get the. That was a Miller High Life, the beer that I got caught
Solid.
drinking when I was 18. Drew, go ahead. You're up.
Classy.
Drew with the Kong bomb.
MGD was my go-to.
Ooh, yeah, I couldn't do MGD. It's definitely not one. Drew, are you struggling? Oh, well, you do have natter days, so that's a good point. Extend that hose. You got to get that hose nice and long before you stick it in your mouth.
You gotta extend them hose. Extend them hose.
Good work, Drew.
Oh, I just see my pasty white skin. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, that's terrible.
Need
don't
more
even see
stars
the-
like
you
you
don't
in
even
the
see
NBA,
the-
man. That's
you don't even see the tubes. Hey, there's Tyler Hero now, right?
And
Is
yes,
this so funny?
Tyson caught me. I am a white motherfucker because my lack of melanin is causing me to key right out of the camera. It happens all the time. I hit a certain spot with my arm and it just disappears. Like right there, it's gone. I just key right out. I can't get the settings right.
Oh
but in
my
my
God,
fairness,
it's true.
In fairness to me, it happens to Scott all the time too. Scott also keys out like right
But
on
half
the
of
forehead.
me stays true, buddy.
Wow. Talking about race relation problems.
Tyson said he got caught drinking MGD when he was 18. It's just as terrible then as it is now. I got caught with High Life when I was 18. That was the receipt fell out of my
It's a white
bag.
people, the white people rite of passage.
Yeah, right.
Tyson, we should hang out, man, drinking MGD. That's nice.
Yeah, I had High Life that I got for my 18th birthday, and I didn't realize the girl that bought it for me kept the receipt, and it fell out of my bag, and my dad found the receipt and was like, what's this receipt for High Life? And I was like, oh, shit. I'm not going to lie to you. I was drinking. Because my dad always told me, just be honest with me, and the punishment won't be as severe. Guess what? He's full of shit because the punishment was very severe.
I was going to say, how'd that
You
work
bought
out for you?
that?
Yeah,
You dummy.
yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Dad. I bought beer. It's High Life beer, and he was like, we'll
She
talk
bought
about this.
beer. You just had it.
I mean, yeah, I drank it.
You knew Papa B was still gonna beat that ass.
And he did.
Was he disappointed because what it was?
No, he was disappointed that I only had 6 of them.
Yeah, that's fair then. Yeah.
He was like, you pussy. Speaking of beating and getting your ass beat, Drew, why don't we hand the wheel over to
on.
you? What? Why? Why are you upset by that?
Oh, I thought you were going with the picks.
No, no.
So did I. I thought that was the transition
But
for that
that's
too. Yeah,
that actually was pretty solid. No,
Right.
I will remember
mean,
that. No, speaking of beats, let's talk bad beats. Drew had an idea for a segment. First of all, Drew, you saved the show this week because as of
Hey.
12:12 this afternoon, we had nothing. We had nothing going into this show. We were screwed. And Drew stepped up. We gave Drew a lot of shit a couple weeks ago for not preparing. Drew did all of the preparation this week. Shout out to you, Drew. So, Drew, I'll hand it over to
Hey,
you.
I'm just saying.
Mookie, take the wheel. Why don't you take us through this bad beat segment?
Look, guys, I'm just here. I'm trying to be part of the team, but it does feel good to step in and shave the show for at least the second time, as I remember. I'm just trying to do what I can for for CBS to make us blow up the way we should in 2021.
This motherfucker is like this motherfucker is the Jeff George of the show. He's got first round talent, big arm, but he only shows up every once in a blue moon and he changes teams a bunch of times. like you see flashes where you're like, holy shit, Mookie, you can be the star of the show, and then the rest of the time he's just like, hey guys, what's going on? What's up with the show? And we're like, well, you didn't look at the rundown? Nope. It's 7:30. I should probably do that.
That is my favorite, when we have something very intricate planned and Drew comes in and he's like, what are we talking about tonight? And it's like, dude, you didn't come up with the 12 things we said we were going to come up with? Oh, no, you guys were texting a lot. I ignored it. And then
I mean, sometimes it's just a lot, but all I've learned is I need to take more time off work so I can focus on you boys. And honestly, it's been very rewarding.
But then he'll pull it today and we're like, holy shit, man.
Right. Then he comes through. Scott, I don't know what is up with your internet connection,
He's
man.
a superstar, man. If we could just get him to show up every week.
So why can't I be like Terrell Owens or something? I got to be Jeff George? You want to talk about having a race problem?
Yeah, you heard me. I said what I said.
I just think the best part is as he's going through it, the internet is just crushing.
I know,
cadence.
but that's all right. It's all good.
It works
it's all
out.
good.
So what we're gonna
Drew,
do,
take the
though,
wheel.
is we're gonna do bad beats. So we're gonna take a look back on 2020 and we're gonna talk about all the bad beats there were. Because again, we've talked about it. This was a shit ass year. Cheers to y'all making it through it. Like, it was a bad year. But let's have some fun. Let's look back on it and try to turn some of those frowns upside down when we think of the 2020 bad beats. So I'll go ahead. I'll kick us off here.
Now we're
and then
one-upping,
we'll
right,
go around
Drew?
the horn and one up each other.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool.
If you had let me drive, I would have gotten
Sorry.
there.
I'm not
Just
yeah.
saying, whatever.
Sorry, my bad. I'm a backseat driver. I'm like, wait, Drew, turn left.
I get there eventually.
It's
Don't worry.
basically when Drew's
Three
got the
rights is the same as one left. It's fine.
when Drew's got the wheel on the show, I'm just holding onto that fuck handle that's on the side. I'm like, oh no,
Yeah,
I'm
and
pressing
you're, like,
the imaginary
stomping a
brake.
hole
Yeah,
in the floor where the brake should be.
Drew, stop. Okay, no. Good. Way to come to a complete stop on that one, Drew. Yeah, good job. All right,
For the
Drew.
most part, at the line too, at the stop sign. So, anyways, I'll start off here. Honestly, I think everyone probably knows this one: the Browns versus the Ravens game. Talk
such a
about
bad
bad
beat.
beats, right? So the Browns play they try the usual, what was it, like 10 million lateral plays at the end of the game to try to pull one out and win. They end up getting a safety, so the Ravens end up getting 2 points, and they were a very, very important 2 points because I believe most people had the Browns +3 or 3.5 based on where the line was when you bought it. And that safety, that meaningless safety that didn't change the outcome of the game whatsoever, moved the point differential from 2 to 4. And Vegas said it was a 7-figure swing in their books, again, on a completely meaningless play that wasn't going to work, wasn't going to change the outcome of the game. But instead of losing with their dignity, the idiot Browns, who are now probably going to miss the playoffs after losing the Jets, decided to try to go for
hot
broke,
take.
and then ended up with a lot of their fans probably being broke after they didn't cover.
Yeah, that was a brutal one. Also, Biscuit saying he's been trying to watch the show at work tonight. Bad idea to watch this in the box office of movie theaters. Sorry, Biscuit. My bad, man. We will try to watch the language for you as you're at work. I apologize.
Why does he not have it on his earbud? Like, get
Yeah,
a
you gotta
headphone,
get-
just
you gotta
plug
Who's
that
going
thing
to the
in.
movies? Like, people still do that?
Yeah. People are all about the movies, man.
I do love
What?
movie
Isn't
theater
COVID
popcorn.
stopping people from doing that?
Dude,
No,
COVID
I've actually
isn't
heard
stopping
movie
people
theaters
from
are
shit.
safer than your family gatherings.
That I actually
That
believe
or I just tell people that so I don't have to go to family gatherings.
I mean, that's fair either way. That sounds...
Who are all probably no. Some of them are
Nah.
watching it.
Nah, nobody is. We're good. It's all good. All right, let's. I'll go next, Drew, if you don't mind. Can I step in here? I'll
Oh
give you
yeah,
my
absolutely.
bad beat.
Get after it.
All right, so I'm gonna one up the Browns bad beat, and I'm gonna go college football with this bad beat. When Abilene Christian blew their cover against Virginia. So if you don't remember this game, this happened earlier in the year, but Virginia had covered the point spread. Abilene Christian went down and scored, and broke the cover. They had everything. They covered the point spread. It was golden. They kicked off. Virginia did a weird double pass from the end zone and took a safety. If you have Abilene Christian, you're still feeling good. They were a 39.5-point dog in the game. Like, just an absurd, but they had covered. You're feeling good if you got Abilene Christian. So then it's a free kick. Abilene Christian now has the ball with less than a minute to go, and they continue to pass. They're throwing the ball. So now they've got they're down 34, so they're covering their 39.5 point spread. They're throwing the ball, trying to score again for no reason, because you're down 34. You're not going to win the game. You're literally just doing it for pride at this point. With 7 seconds to go, the kid from Abilene Christian throws a pick six, and the guy from Virginia takes it all the way back, blows the cover, swings it from an Abilene Christian win over to a Virginia win as they cover the 39.5 point, beating Abilene Christian by 40. Pretty bad beat. So which one do you think is worse, Drew, since you're driving this? Is the Abilene Christian Virginia beat worse than the Browns beat?
Well, I would maybe give it to you, except A, the Browns did technically still have a shot to win the overall football game when they pulled theirs. B, Virginia gets negative points for not taking a knee on the 1 yard line so their team could safely run out the clock like their coaches taught them. So you get downgraded for that as well.
Right, but don't I get bonus points because Abilene Christian didn't have a chance to win as they're throwing the ball with 7 seconds to go?
No.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Browns are the king of the mountain. Fine. All right, fair enough. Are you gonna?
I just don't want to have to keep saying Abilene Christian and not fuck it up.
All right, throw it to,
and we're probably going to beat whatever we pick in this round next, anyways. Because I know Scott's got something on point.
Throw it to Scott.
The motherfucking Super Bowl. These motherfucking Niners were up 20-10 going into the goddamn fourth quarter and shit down their leg, pulled a Mookie, and decided that they were going to bet against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. They bet against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Best defense in the league all fucking year. Best defense in the league all the way up to 3/4 of the Super Bowl. Gave up 21 points in the fourth quarter, and the rest is fucking history. Fucking bad beat. Goddamn 49ers. I haven't talked about it on this show.
I was going to say
in December. Fuck that shit.
It's such a bad beat that Scott has avoided it since February. So I would go ahead and say that was a bad beat over the Browns.
Yeah. And the minute
They were posing on the fucking field with a quarter of football left to play. And I was like, that seems kind of like a stupid thing to go against Patrick Mahomes, but okay, whatever. I guess there's only a quarter left.
I'm gonna put my OWG hat on for a second. I hate those poses, anyways, regardless of when it is.
No, so do I. But I didn't like it, and I didn't like it, and it was ill-timed. Like there was way too much time when it happened. I was like, God, I really don't like these, but I really don't like these with an entire quarter left to play.
I can't stand the, okay, we got a turnover, so let's everybody run to the other side of the field and pose in front. Yeah, like a team picture. I don't mind celebrations. Javi and Matt Barr from Fourth and Goal Podcast have grilled me on Twitter for this take, but it's not that I don't like celebrations. I love celebrations. Do all the celebrations. Have fun.
I just don't like this one.
It's super played out to just go down and do a defensive team picture in front of the photo thing. Don't do that anymore. It's stupid. All right. Drew, sorry. I got on a tangent.
I want to let you air that
wild card Mike over here.
I'm
taking Drew's spot.
Great though. Like it's the best thing
ever.
Good.
It does feel good to be the wild card.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's intoxicating, man. So
I think we can all agree that I took the bad beat.
Oh,
yeah,
Scott.
that's definitely.
Yeah.
And also you
tough to beat.
And Scott, you personally took the bad beat on that one, like because you then had to deal with Robert Taylor since February. So bad beat.
Well,
all around.
To be fair, we've all been dealt that bad beat. Like we've all suffered. I won't pretend like I'm Jesus for all of you on that. Like we've all suffered through
Actually, that might make this the worst beat because it has enabled Robert Taylor to claim the Super Bowl and make all of our lives a living hell.
See, and that's the thing, man, is sometimes it's not that bad when your team doesn't win. But when that other team wins, it's worse. You know what I mean? Like you all got that friend or you all got that squad that like has burned you so many times. Like Louisville can suck a fat cock for the rest of my life. Shoot. Sorry. Oh, dang.
Biscuit.
Biscuit. Really worried about that box office.
Dan, by the way, agreeing with me about the sprint across the field. It's whack. It's whack.
Yeah,
it's super
not
whack.
Cool.
Some might even call it wiggity whack. Drew, sorry.
Ooh, yeah.
That was wiggity white.
Not us.
I didn't say Scott, call it that. Some would call it that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
Also, did you know that Florida and OU are playing right now? I didn't even
Yeah.
realize that. So I'm about to have some bad beats tonight. I'll
Cotton
tell you
Bowl,
what,
right?
because I'm gonna put money down. I'll tweet it out again, just like I did on Christmas Day. If anyone was following around, I made you some money. Just
Yeah, you
throwing
did.
that out there. But
Mookie
anyways,
bets.
no bad beats on this betting card. But Dayton missing their only one shot as an NCAA 1 seed in the tournament has got to be the baddest beat of all time, because their team was blessed. Everyone else in the power conferences was shitting the bed. There were no strong squads. There wasn't really a strong conference even. And so there was like this vacuum coupled with that dude whose name I never remembered because he went to Dayton. Every time I heard about him, I got mad and changed the channel. Top end talent that I believe transferred in there, a situation that Dayton is not going to get all the time, but basically had a guy trying to like bring his career back or find his way again, blew up, is probably going to be a lottery pick, if not the number 1 overall pick.
Wait.
And their season just went bye-bye.
He already got drafted, Drew. He did get drafted. It was Obi Toppin, and he got drafted, I think, 8th overall. I think he's playing for the Knicks.
I was going to say, I got to be honest, I forgot.
I think
when
he
all
got
that
drafted by the Knicks, if I'm not mistaken.
We
Well,
had
whatever.
a
Went to the
draft
Knicks.
night, and I believe you did break-ins for it, but it's cool. Go ahead, Drew.
Right, because you remember things from 4 months ago.
I mean, I remember we specifically had a segment where we played the ESPN music, and you dropped in to give us information about the newest NBA draft pick, but it wasn't the actual NBA draft pick. But, you know, it's cool. Go ahead. Don't remember.
And Biscuit, yes, thank you,
I
Biscuit.
remember it.
Obi, yes, it was Obi-Wan Kenobi that got drafted by the Knicks, and I just verified it was number 8 overall.
Perfect. Either way, they're once in a lifetime of the entire university shot to be a 1 seed in the tournament. And trust me, as a Xavier fan, I know exactly how awesome and terrible that can be at the same time, but you got to take it when you get it, and they'll never have it again. I'll go out there and say it.
Wow, going out on a limb. That's a good one. Man, I don't know if it tops.
All I'm saying
the
is
Niners
it took
choking
an
the
act
Super
of
Bowl.
a deity above our heads or nature to keep this from them, not idiot coordinators and play calling.
So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it's not as bad of a beat only because anything can happen in the tournament. And we've seen those years where we're like, man.
Oh, no. I'm not talking
is-
Final Four, Mike.
Oh,
I
just the
said
number
number
1
one
seed.
overall
Just
seed.
the 1 seed. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, who cares about the 1 seed? Like,
Mike,
like-
that's so
Yeah,
that's
as
so
Xavier
big for a
fans-
program.
It doesn't matter. Xavier fans, we know getting the number 1 seed doesn't mean shit when you shit down your leg and lose with the highest loss ever as a high seed.
See, Scott,
No,
we don't need to talk about
Scott.
that
Hang
part.
on. We did not lose the highest loss from a 1 seed because if you remember correctly, Scott Kaiser, we had the
that's
Sports
right, the 16.
Illustrated writer that came on. He said Xavier was going to be upset by the 16 seed, and we said, you come on this show and you defend that take, and he did very well, I might add.
Yeah.
And then the next day, Kansas, I think it was, that lost to USNBC.
Virginia.
It was Virginia. Sorry, Virginia lost to USNBC.
Dude broke his hand in practice or some shit.
Yeah, it was the next day, and the dude tweeted back at us. It was like, I guess I just was a day off. I was like, damn, that's cool, bro.
Hey, again,
Fair enough.
stand-up guy though. He owned up to it.
But I think, Drew, I would still give it to the Niners in the Super Bowl as the worst beat, only because it is the championship.
There is one reason and one reason only to vote that way, Mike. What is your reason?
Robert Taylor.
I was thinking because it happened to me, and we like to see me.
That was my reason, but
Yeah.
Robert Taylor had me pausing. But yeah, because it happened to Scott, let's keep talking about this segment. 49ers wins again.
Okay. All right.
my God.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with the next one. This was a bad beat when the Browns seemed to have the game in hand against the Ravens. All they had to do was make a stop. It was 4th down, and then out trots Lamar Jackson after a nice Duke, and he comes out on the field and throws a touchdown pass, and the Ravens take down the Browns in probably one of the most entertaining games of the year. But getting beat after Lamar Jackson takes a poop in the locker room has to go down as a terrible beat from 2020. Is it worse than the Niners losing the Super Bowl? No, because
No,
it's
because
regular
it means
season.
the Browns going Browns. Like that
Well,
was
and
par for
it's
their
regular
course.
season, so I'm gonna concede
Right.
this one, but that was a pretty bad beat. Scott, go ahead and try to top your Niners pick.
Okay. I got a combo one here because once upon a time I used to be good at making picks. My ability to beat the spread this year is a fucking bad because I can't beat the spread to save my life. On top of that, my take that I was so like proud of and staunch about and would not budge was there won't be any football played this year, or there'll be very little football. My COVID take, absolute horrible beat. Like my pick this year against the spread and my COVID take, bad beats.
I would vote that over the Niners because that's way more embarrassing. The fact that you were so on board.
Hi, Bear. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Jenna, yay. Hi, Jenna.
That means there really must be nothing on Netflix tonight. Girl's in week 2 of her 2-week break from school and is just grinding on the streaming channels and watching. I mean, there is nothing left in the things you might also like queue for her, which is just it's impressive, really, is what it is.
Okay, so does me suck at picking?
No, it doesn't. I ain't vote for no fucking COVID take. COVID
Okay,
can suck
hang
a
on.
dick
So
like
we're
Davos
split.
William Sweeney.
We're split. So Scott, you have to decide here. Which one is the worst beat? Your Niners or you?
Professionals.
Because you've been you forever.
Yeah, professionals should know better, but God, I've taken it on the chin this year. I'm going to vote me on this one to my
right.
horrible
Wow.
pick.
There you go. So
So narcissistic.
The new leader in the clubhouse is Scott's terrible picking against the spread.
Well, see, that's good news because then it's going to be really easy to beat him from here on out.
All right, Drew coming in hot.
All right, I'm going to throw this out here because my next one is honestly the baddest beat of the year is Major League Baseball beating the life out of their sport. Like, I don't really think you're going to be able to argue with me on that. So between all the bullshit negotiations getting their season back up and running when other sports seem to have fucking figured it out, even the NFL sorted it out somewhat on time.
On the fly better.
Yeah, on the fly better. And they've got a lot less shit to manage. Just they fucked the whole year. They beat up their own sport because now they're doing this bullshit with the offseason, not paying players. They're crying broke. They're getting out. They're basically, this next CBA is going to be absolute shit because the players are going to be so pissed at the owners. The owners are going to be such old white guys that COVID should have gotten that they're not going to be able to negotiate. It doesn't even make any sense. And on top of all of that, they're leaving on the table all of these great rule changes that they put in for this year that honestly, I think really made the game entertaining.
Wait, Drew, you just talked yourself into a whole better bad beat because the better bad beat
The
is
OWG
COVID.
owners
Yes,
over COVID.
OWGs in baseball
And then
beating
my
COVID.
statement.
That's the new bad beat.
Revise.
OWGs in
Revise.
baseball beating COVID. And yes, that is a terrible. Yes, you are. That is the new leader in the
prosecution
clubhouse.
rests, Judge.
Oh my God.
I love that you rambled your way into the best
Into
bad
having
beat.
one that beat
Oh,
me.
that was so
Look,
good.
man, I
That
spend
was
a
so
lot of
good,
time
man.
thinking about this shit in my dull hours, and it barely ever manifests into something good. But when it does,
That was beautiful. Jared said his worst 2020 take was predicting that the Rams would go 5-11. Happy New Year. You know, whatever. It is what it is, Jared. Okay, so now I got to beat OWG's beating COVID. Whew, I don't.
baseball OWGs. I ain't trying to wish that
Right,
on anyone's
yeah,
grandpa.
right. No. Baseball OWG. Yes,
OWGs.
baseball owners. I don't know if my
Yeah.
next one comes close. I'll throw it out there just because it's something to throw out, but I will say right now.
So wait, we didn't even vote on Scott's take of him being beaten out.
No, it's you win with baseball
Yeah,
OWGs.
no, they
See,
don't.
no, but
That's-
see, here we go
don't
again.
have to
Now
vote.
we're the ones being racist because we're beating out Scott with OWGs from baseball.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's
That
okay. Don't
was-
worry. I got some comeback.
I
attempts,
knew
don't worry.
Scott was
okay.
on board with that
Well,
being
if he says
the
it's
worst
okay,
beat.
Unlike Dwayne Haskins, I've got another shot here. We're good.
Dwayne Hoskins.
Dwayne Hoskins, Scott's favorite player.
Haskins, that footballer for the football team in Washington.
Scott's gonna have to get iced if he can't name every black quarterback coming up.
Oh shit!
Don't worry, it's far
Honestly?
less than the number of black hockey players, Scott. You should be golden. Should be
I'm looking
golden
this up right now. All right, go ahead, Mike.
all right,
Let's see your next one.
I'm gonna throw out
Jason
Guinness.
Campbell?
Dude, he played at Auburn for like legit years, right? Am I the only one that felt that way?
He was also in the NFL for that long too, somehow.
Taking snaps every once in a while.
Oh god.
Dude, there is a
You
whole
got me.
Wikipedia
You got
entry
me,
on
bro.
starting black
You got me.
quarterbacks in
Yeah.
the NFL.
And there's not. It's like the shortest Wikipedia.
There's not
entry
very
there
much. I was
is.
gonna say there's not very
Actually,
much.
all right, let's amend this and let's start Scott out easy.
No, we're not going to blow up the
African
segment. We'll hold this
MVP.
on for another day. Hold this
Oh,
on for
sure,
another
right,
day.
right,
Mike,
sorry.
go.
All
This
right.
is where he's supposed to get mad, but I guess I'm driving. So
Yeah, you're driving.
Rawr,
I'm
stick to
just
sports.
Yo, Drew, I'm the wild card here, bro. I'll
Wild
come
card.
in. I'll come in with some crazy shit, and then I'll drop the bomb and leave. That's how we do it.
Are you gonna put on a green shirt?
Yep, I'm gonna disappear into the background and be really excited about it
Oh,
too.
you're just gonna take off your shirt and we see your white chest.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. I just gotta go. I gotta show some skin, and then it'll disappear. All right, I'm gonna say Guinness coming in at number 1 on the Untapped most checked-in beer of 2020. That's a horrible beat. Also, Miller Lite came in at number 8. I don't understand. Like, why are people checking into Guinness and Miller Lite on Untapped? It's for craft beer. I get it. Maybe like
Ooh,
that's.
I'll
like,
check into Guinness.
Why though? Why?
If it's a really cool pour.
Okay, if it's a really cool pour, then okay. All right, I'll give you that. Because you want that photogenic brew badge. Yes, I will give you that. That's fine.
That's such a girl answer.
But
Fuck you. Have you seen
No,
my check-in,
yeah,
Scott? They're
bro.
on point. I use filters and shit, bitch.
yes,
Are you kidding me?
Drew does have some fantastic picks, and I have great descriptions on my Untapped descriptions when it comes to the beers. But Miller Lite was the number 8 most checked in beer on Untapped. I'm just gonna go the whole top 10, and it does not beat OWG's beating COVID. So Scott, can you beat OWG's beating COVID?
Holy fucking shit. So 1995, the 49ers won the Super Bowl in February. The Braves won the Super Bowl in November. Or the Braves won the Super Bowl in October. Or the World Series, rather. Holy shit.
Good Lord, bro.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Scott's hammered. This is great.
So championships happened for both my teams in 1995. I'll bring that year up again later in the show. So this year, the 49ers crapped down their legs in the Super Bowl. How did the Braves respond? By getting up 3-1 in the NLCS and shitting down their legs against the fucking Dodgers, losing to a team that had their superstar dislocate his shoulder on a fucking celebration and have to have surgery a few weeks later. They won the World Series because my team blew a 3-1 fucking lead. Good
Nope.
fucking God, man.
Sorry, OWG's beating COVID in baseball still beats that
Yeah.
one.
I know, but can I just be the bad beat of the year? Like, what the fuck, man?
Well, I mean, you have terrible luck this year, Scott. I will say that you have had some terrible luck.
It's been like 3 years since he had good luck, though. I think it's been a minute because there was a stretch where he was dominating the picks. His calls were spot on.
Yes,
His
and then
teams were
2020
just as
happened.
bad
Oh,
as he said they were.
whoa, Scott!
No, it's
this
been a
isn't
minute.
just a 2021 2020.
Oh
thing.
no, but fuck that dartboard. We're not counting
You're-
them years.
Yeah, you have
That
been-
dartboard was racist. Did you see that dartboard had the same problem as the Big Four?
By the way, I want to throw out that like 25 minutes ago, I put money on Florida to cover 7.5 and the over of 70.5. And that's when Florida made it 13-17, and we're now to 36 points. So I'm for sure hitting that over. And if Florida can keep it close in the shootout, yo boy gonna be getting paid again.
All right, Drew. What do you
So-
got? What do you got to beat this one?
I don't need to beat that one.
I was
Like,
gonna say, shouldn't he just
I'm
pass?
still in the, I was
Well,
gonna say I'm still in the lead here, so I'll throw one out that really I just wanted to do so because I was proud of the effort I put into this. So just hold on real quick. I gotta.
Oh my God!
Just a
What
little
is
bit of information I
happening
gotta
here?
Here he goes with props. The last time
Yeah.
he did props, he disappeared into the background. So
No, I
let's see how
didn't.
this
I'm not going to
unfolds.
disappear this time, but I did some research because I do remember putting money on that
Really?
Nuggets
That old
Thunder game.
Readers?
Where, well, yeah, just you got to make
You
sure you can
old
see things
bastard.
clearly.
At your
here.
nose?
It's a nerdy segment, Scott.
What is
I'm analyzing
happening right now?
spreadsheets of NBA picks and stuff here because There was an arbitrage opportunity on the Nuggets Thunder game that got canceled when Rudy Gobert tested positive. The way that the money had moved all year, because the line was actually bet up to 3 points, you had a chance to make money, statistically speaking, with a 98% chance of a positive return. But then COVID happened and shut down games in the NBA like we've never seen before. And so if you had put the house on it, you basically lost out on the opportunity of a lifetime.
So OWG's against COVID. Cool. Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, that was a take.
Scott, you jumped on the fucking drop. I was all excited to play it. I had it queued up. I'll play it again.
I don't give a damn about no damn Drake night.
Sorry, apologize.
Legit did. I did go back and looked it up, and I was like, damn, like I wonder what kind of betting lines there were that got canceled from that week.
That probably did screw up a lot. And that's also when all of the NCAA futures bets went down the shitter because the tournament got canceled a few days later. So just in general, that's some bad beats. It's not as bad as OWG's in baseball beating COVID. How about the beat of the Bengals offensive line finally giving in and breaking Joe Burrow's body? That was a pretty bad beat for us Bengals fans. Like, everybody all year long was like, man, they got to get this guy some help or else he's going to get hurt. Hey, man, we should get some linemen or else this dude's going to get hurt. Man, Joe Burrow's running for his life back there. He's going to get hurt. And then they play the Washington football team and his knee explodes and the dude is out for the year because Mike Brown is a piece of shit and Zach Taylor doesn't know how to call a scheme to protect his fucking #1 draft pick. Not as good. That's not as good. That's just me venting. Okay, Scott, go to you. Fine. Fuck it.
I mean, Mike, you had something there.
Scalpers and bots for 3 fucking weeks in this business.
Oh, wow.
Bad beat of 2020.
The wild card.
Yeah, for 3 weeks I struggled to get a damn PS5 thanks to bots and scalpers. I mean, did it get any worse of a beat? Like, I know that, the Super Bowl thing was embarrassing, but holy shit. Look at how the theme of all these bad beats is me.
Yeah, you just had a really rough 2020, bro, but not as,
when you have to explain the punchline, the joke's not that funny.
Oh, Drew goes fucking Jeff George with it one damn time, and he thinks he thinks he's the star.
All I know is Jeff George had probably 4 or 5 good games, and I'm
I'll eat my
1.5 right now, right, Scott?
I'll eat my cookies and hang up.
We're gonna stick with OWGs. I think that's still the top.
Okay, so I got one more bad beat.
Me too. Drew, do you think yours can top that, or do you want to save it since you're the leader in the clubhouse?
I'll save it, I guess, because it's a bit of a Hail Mary, but it might.
Look at me, I'm Drew. I'm gonna back into winning this segment because I rambled on.
Yeah, and he wasn't even gonna call out that was his bad beat.
Yeah,
you bailed him out.
You had to tell it
inadvertently. I just hadn't gotten there to wrap it up.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna go with the bad beat of titty bars over Dwayne Haskins' career and Lou Williams' bubble stint. I thought that was a pretty. I thought that was a pretty bad beat. The titty bars were able to take out first Lou Williams for a minor amount of time in the bubble, kind of ruining the Sixers a little bit there, but then taking out an entire NFL career. Titty bars, really, I mean, if we're thinking about it, COVID pretty bad. Titty bars are ruining lives here, people.
I gotta be honest, Mike, you're not gonna beat this on that one because titty bars have been ruining careers for centuries, bro. Like since Roman times and shit.
That's
it's
fair.
just these were two really visible up front
in the same year, and like within months of each other. Crazy. All right, Scott.
How many athletes failed out of their leagues because they spent too much time at the titty bar, but we never heard about it because they're a practice squad third string?
That's a fair point. Fair enough. Scott, what do you got to try to beat OWG's beating COVID?
Look, I'm not complaining about the reason that I missed, but look, me having to miss the fucking Joey Chestnut show for my anniversary is a fucking bad beat, goddammit. When you compound that with the fact that then this motherfucker said that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, this is the baddest beats of all time.
In terms of the show, it's a pretty bad beat on your part. Not as bad, though. Drew, do you want to throw up your final one just as a little toss in? Even though it doesn't matter, you've won the segment.
I appreciate that. I do think Scott made a nice, compelling case with that last one, though. That's the closest I feel like we've come.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty good walk-off.
It
If you
did
had
challenge it,
bullshitted your
yeah.
way to one.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you're going to throw that Hail Mary, throw it with conviction and strength, my friend.
Jeff George would know.
Jeff George would know about that. You got to heave it downfield and hope your players can make some plays because, look, we love our women, but they'll be around for a while. Like Joey Chestnut, he's not going to be here forever. So I can understand.
Well, more importantly, he's not just going to guest their show every fucking week.
He might never guest their show again.
I feel like
he probably is like, I'll never go back on that show again, especially if the black guy is actually there.
Well, I don't know.
Joey Chestnut, competitive eating, just like the Big Four. I think they've got a race problem.
You're probably right. Why haven't we seen Kobayashi back yet?
Yeah, the competitive eating.
Point.
There's a New Year's resolution.
Good point.
Here's the real question I want to ask you. Who doesn't have a race problem?
I'll get back to you. It'll take me a few weeks to research that, but it's
You got to
pretty
dig it up. You
all
gotta
American
dive in your databases.
have some sort of race problem.
All right, let's pull the ripcord on this segment. Move into our picks for the week.
You want to hear my last one? I had a great last one.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just trying to pull the ripcord. I was trying to get out of that.
This last one's a good one. It was the worst beat of 2020 was that dude who sold his mid-sized cardboard standee manufacturing company in February and missed out in the boom of cardboard standees at football, basketball, baseball, all the stadiums, where they could have kept selling their cardboard boxes, but sell these custom joints for $250 when it cost them 15 cents to make these motherfuckers. And dude would have just been raking it in, making it rain, making all of us look like fools. But instead he sold it because it's nah, fuck this. There ain't no money in cardboard. I'm out of here, Dad. I don't give a shit if it's your business built from the ground up. Fuck you. Fuck Grandpa. You ain't give me shit. I'm broke. We ain't got no future. My kids are hungry. I'm out.
I mean, you did
60 days later, shit blew up.
You did a great job selling that. Your hypothetical guy that sold his business.
Yeah. Dude who
that's
sold
not how
his
it went
cardboard standee business.
There's
a lot of them, man. They're out there. They're hurting.
There was the dude that was we're shuttering the doors. It's over. This long-standing tradition
75 years
of cardboard stances that we've been doing since Grandpa came to America is done now. Right before all of the leagues start buying cardboard.
Yeah. And the best part is the way he would tell it. He'd be like, that thing had been in your family for 100 years. And his kids would be like, Dad, cardboard wasn't around 100 years ago. That's not the point, you little asshole.
Well, congrats to you, Drew, on stumbling into a win on that segment that you were driving.
BS.
I'm calling shenanigans because you didn't.
I'm putting an asterisk next to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of asterisks. Let's get into our picks from this week. So last week,
under protest.
No, last week, Scott, you were the only one to get a win.
Well, that week is not under protest.
Scott has pulled even with Drew. Drew had Miami -3 against the Raiders. The Raiders.
Just you with the Raiders. Mostly.
Miami, they ended up winning at the end, but they didn't cover the 3-point spread. So Drew loses that one. Scott did get a win with Tampa Bay covering the 9.5-point spread against Detroit. They won just barely. They barely covered the spread, 47-7. And then I picked the Arizona to cover against the Niners -5, but the Niners had the upset in that game, so I lost as well. So current standings, I have it's a weird because you guys both had a COVID game. So you're a game behind me. So I've got a 2.5 game lead. Whatever. We're going to fix that this week.
What's the magic number?
We're going to fix it. Here's how we're going to fix it this week.
He doesn't know.
Here's how we're going to fix it. You guys are each going to pick 3 games this week. I am going to pick 2. So you need to hit the 3-game parlay in order to tie me, assuming I lose both of my games. If I win
Dude,
one,
I
it's
hit a
over.
5-game parlay on Christmas Day.
Great.
I ain't
So
winning.
And
I
here's what we're
need to
doing.
be perfect for a chance to beat you. What kind of shit is
Yes, you need to be perfect for a chance to beat me, assuming that I lose both my games.
that? That's what I'm
because-
saying. I need to be
because-
perfect, and you need to miss two.
And I need to lose too. Yes, that's how this
Wow,
works.
that's not a complete horseshit.
But
Okay,
I'm
let's
doing
go.
you a favor
How the fuck
here,
is Florida
Scott.
getting manhandled by OU right now?
I
This
am
is bullshit.
doing you a favor, Scott. No spreads this week. We are going straight up to try to narrow this gap because I want you to come close.
You're
I
gonna
want
get
you to
me
win.
some horseshit games.
I-
I just know.
I want you to win because I want you all of this. This is under protest, and then you end up winning, and I get to say I'm not doing the punishment because you protested the season. That's what I want to happen.
No, I told you. Just like if the Braves had won anything, then there would be no asterisk.
That it
But
counts. You
there's an
son of a
asterisk
bitch.
all the way up until like.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do.
Won, they got
It's
an
gonna be
asterisk.
one college game and then 2 pro games for you guys. So Scott, pick a number 1, 2, or 3.
3.
3. Probably not the one you wanted to pick here. Sugar Bowl.
You're such a son of a bitch,
Sugar
man.
Bowl. Who's gonna win that one? Number 3, Ohio State, or number 2, Clemson?
That's easy, Clemson. I mean, straight up big game,
Straight
Ohio
up.
State. Yeah, I'm picking
Yep,
the other
straight
two.
up bet. Okay, Mookie, let's go to you. 1 or 2.
I'm not picking Notre Dame.
Okay, one
not picking
or
that game.
1 or 2. 1. You are not picking Notre Dame. Good call. So you have
Thank Jesus.
you have the Peach Bowl. You have number 9 Georgia against number 8 Cincinnati.
Georgia.
Georgia taking that straight up. So that
Oh
leaves
shit! I forgot. I gotta bet these things.
you can do it later. It's fine. That leaves me with Notre Dame versus Alabama. And if we're going straight up, and if we're going with the spread, I'm going to take Bama on that one. I don't
guess that's
know,
a wise move.
I don't know why I
would.
wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know why you were so adamant about not betting that Notre Dame game. It's probably the easiest straight up game to pick out of those 3, but that's what you wanted, and you fucked yourself, Drew. All right, Scott.
Hey, I didn't pick against Patrick's Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
That's
Patrick
about all
Mahomes.
you can say.
He hangs out with Dwayne Hoskins. Scott, numbers. Pick a number 4 through 8.
4 through 8. I'm taking 6.
D9.
6. All right. You have a very important AFC matchup here. Jacksonville
Oh my God.
at Indianapolis. Who you got in that one, Scott?
Well, Jacksonville is fresh off of wrapping up the number 1 overall pick, so I think the trend continues. I'm going to go with Indy.
Good call on that one. Go ahead and pick another number 4, 5, 7, or 8.
4.
4. Ooh, this one a little bit tougher one to pick. Not really. Pittsburgh, who has locked up the AFC North, sitting Ben Roethlisberger, Mason Rudolph playing quarterback, resting a couple starters at
Against the
Cleveland.
Browns.
Yes,
And the Browns need to win to get in, right?
correct.
Yeah, I'm going with the Browns. Besides, you know what? Even if the Steelers weren't resting their starters, they've been getting their asses handed to them lately. I'd pick the Browns.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Drew.
Here's where the
5
Browns browned me.
Yep. This is where the Browns turn into the Browns. Drew, 5, 7, or 8.
8. Also, did Scott pick the Colts before
He
the
did.
Browns?
Yes, he made
Yes,
the
I did.
correct bet
Perfect.
and picked the Colts.
Yeah.
Drew, you have a very tough NFC East game. Dallas at New York.
Wow.
Remember, this is
Okay.
a game that could determine playoffs. So
Yes.
Cowboys.
Yeah. So they're
Cowboys
both going to
love
actually
to
try.
not
I'm gonna
show-
take the Red Rocket. Take
Yeah,
Dallas.
my boy. The guy whose kid's my kid beat up. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
And then I will
Good
give
stuff.
you the last shot here, 5 or 7.
7 is a higher prime number, so I'll take that.
All right, you got the other NFC matchup, Washington at
fuck?
Philadelphia.
You got the whole NFC.
You got the
East
NFC
round.
least. That's but also you really fucked me because now I have both of my games are my 2 teams. So well done on that one, Drew. Washington at Philly
How
straight
the
up.
hell is Washington 2-point favorites?
Remember,
Because have you seen the Eagles?
And Washington also has what, their third string quarterback now that Haskins has been cut?
Well, I mean, Eagles are out here with fucking.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts.
The Eagles
ball.
over Washington.
Yep.
That leaves me with Baltimore at Cincinnati.
That's a pretty easy one.
I'm going to go ahead and shore up my shitty football weekend and take Baltimore to win that one over the Bengals. So let's recap here. Scott is taking Ohio State to lose to Clemson. He's also got Indianapolis over Jacksonville, and he's got Cleveland over Pittsburgh. Drew is taking Georgia over Cincinnati in the Peach Bowl. He is taking Philadelphia over Washington and Dallas over New York. And I am picking both of my teams to lose this weekend with Alabama beating Notre Dame and Baltimore beating Cincinnati. You guys, here's the best part about this. I gotta be honest. You guys need me to be wrong on both of these. So you have to cheer for Notre Dame and Cincinnati in order to have a shot to overtake me. Yeah. This kind of worked out well for me, Scott, because now you have to cheer for Notre Dame. If you want any chance of
I'm okay with finishing second. Let's go Bama and let's go Bengals.
I mean, there's not even a let's go. It's just like...
It's just like, come on, guys, let's go.
Just do what should happen.
Just end it. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be, hey, drag me out back and shoot me in the fucking head, because these are gonna be terrible. It's gonna be 2012 all over again in this Notre Dame Bama game. All right, guys, those are our picks.
At least the Bengals have
week.
a reason, you know.
Do they? Do they have a reason? What's
yes,
their
they're
reason?
a shit football team who had a great quarterback. They drafted number 1 overall, and he got destroyed because they're a shit football team.
But they weren't doing that hot with Joey B. I'm just throwing it out there.
They were competitive, though.
They were competitive.
They are not competitive anymore. So, like, who cares? Just lose and get it over with.
Not competitive. The Bengals are on a winning streak, bro.
I know.
Bengals and
weird?
the Jets, 2 weeks in a row. That's how we do it.
It's very strange.
Very strange. Very, very strange. All right, fellas, let's pull the plug on 2020 here, and let's do it by giving a shout out to our friends at More Labs. If you guys are going to be drinking, you're going to be partying, you need to get yourself some morning recovery. All you got to do, just go to morelabs.com, get a bottle of morning recovery, use the code SPORTS at checkout, and get 20% off your non-subscription purchase. It's guaranteed to work or your money back. You will bounce back quickly the next morning. Just go to morelabs.com, use the code SPORTS at checkout for 20% off your entire order.
Sell out.
Scott, let's go to you, man. What were you drinking this week? And we were rating this one on the year scale from 2020 to 1988, the year that Notre Dame won the national championship.
I was drinking Fergie's classic Pilsner out of Sons of Kent Brewing, which is up in Canada. This one was lowly rated in the mid 3s over on Untapped, and it was only a 4.9%. No, 4.9. So pretty low all around, but holy shit, did they get it wrong, because this beer was a 1995 on the scale. That's right. Last time both of my teams won the championships. Top of the scale, baby. Life was good. I was 10. I didn't know how much bills sucked and all the adult responsibilities sucked, and both of my teams were the champions of the world. We're going 95 with this one, baby.
Fair enough. Drew, what were you drinking this week?
So I forgot to bring this up. I dipped into a second one here a little bit later.
I don't have graphics for a second one, man.
I started off with Coastal IPA from Destination Unknown and Coastal Kitchen. It was a collab. Really delicious milk IPA, milkshake IPA. Went down super smooth. To me, it was a 1991 because that was the year that the U.S. won their first Women's World Cup. Amazing year,
okay.
Great time, and by that I mean 1999, because that's, now that I look at the list, the one I meant was 1999 when they beat China on PKs and Brittany Chesney ripped off her shirt. It was that good. It was amazing. It was delicious. It was impactful. It was powerful. It's something I will remember. So the Coastal IPA by Destination Unknown and Coastal Kitchen. And then a late shout out to What Rainbows.
Whoa, Rainbows is good.
Yeah, Little Beaver Brewery in Bloomington, Illinois. Had it earlier this summer, I think. Also amazing. Delicious beer. I'll equate it to 2019, the year the U.S. women's national team won another Women's World Cup, one that was very vindictive, one that really galvanized the country in terms of respecting women's rights, understanding what it means to be inclusive, and just a solid year all around, mostly because it wasn't 2020.
It's a good call. Good call. This week I was drinking.
Last year before the year went to hell. So
This week I was drinking Tropical Demise, which is a blonde ale with mandarin and passion fruit. Two things about this one. First of all, I like that I pronounce both of these fruits correctly, and Scott can't get mad at me for it. Mandarin and passion fruit. But this one,
you're not mispronouncing them.
whew, this is so good, fellas.
Yes.
This beer is delicious. If you can find this anywhere out of Denver, Colorado, get it. I wouldn't necessarily put it 1988, but it is close.
It's a high bar.
It's very a high bar. I would put this, though, at 2010. And the reason why I say 2010 is because that's the year I outkicked the coverage and married a girl that's way too hot
fuck
for me.
you. That's cheap. We all love Alex. He's the best. But, come on. Is she watching right now? Where's she at?
Not.
Oh.
She's not watching. Nobody is.
Wow.
But that's what I'm going to go with on that one. 2010, the year that I outkicked the coverage. This has been Last Call.
You're not wrong.
Again, brought to you by More Labs. Use the code SPORTS at checkout. Morelabs.com. Get 20% off your entire order.
Sell out.
Wait a minute. Does that mean I'm in trouble because the year I outkicked the coverage was 2020?
I mean, you
Yep,
did,
you're fucked. Good-
yeah,
congratulations.
You did talk about how terrible this year was.
Yeah. Well, she started it.
A very mature response.
Hey, Cam, clip that one too.
Yeah,
I'll throw it in my personal collection if I have to.
She started it. Guys, this has been a very fun show. It got off the rails. It was weird. It was entertaining. I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys did too. In all seriousness, though, this was a fun 2020, guys. We weathered a lot of storms on the show. We lost people for a while. They came back. We lost people. They're not coming back. But we picked up an intern. 2020 has been as weird as it has been, despite the fact that we had a fucking global pandemic that shut down sports. This show still kept going, which I honestly didn't know that we were going to be able to do that. So it's pretty fucking cool that you guys continue to listen and you continue to tune in and share out the show. So thank all of you for doing that.
We didn't miss a week, right?
I don't know if we missed a week at some point here and there, but we did more shows in 2020 than we have ever done in a calendar year in the past, which is insane in a year that sports didn't exist for a majority of the year. So it's pretty fucking nuts, and it's all because we love doing this. So thank you guys for tuning in. Seriously, there's always like 2 weeks a year that I get really mushy on this show. It's New Year's, like the last show of the year, and then it's our anniversary show. I always end up getting mushy, and it feels like I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry, but it was a weird year, and I'm glad to put it behind us. I'm glad, looking forward to 2021. There's a lot of good things happening, all because we've partnered up with Belly Up Sports. Belly Up is a fantastic partner. I'm super stoked. They're doing a lot of cool things. I just had a call last night with one of the founders. They've got awesome things planned for 2021. So look for some cool stuff happening for not just us, but everybody on the Belly Up Sports Network coming up here in 2021. So with that,
and the best part is, Scott, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you here on your last play out, but we got to throw it in there because was it Slapshot Sweeties is launching next week?
yes, it's. I don't think it's
Shane and all them.
Yes.
Yeah. Check that out because that's going to be 3 more people that defeat Scott at hockey knowledge.
Yeah, well, little did you know, Drew, 2021 is going to be my year where I take back the crown. Like, I may have
it's
lost the
not.
cup in 2020,
No,
but
it's
guess
not.
what?
We're gonna keep doing picks. I
coming.
got ideas to keep doing picks. Thank you
Yes,
guys so much. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you guys get your podcast. It helps us out so much. You have no idea. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. It's so close, like 200 people away. That's all we got to do. Hit 200 people, and we're giving away a Kong Bong at Craft Beer Sports.
Hit 200 more people. Punch them right in the dick.
Punch them in the
You got
dick.
it.
Punch them in the dick,
And
and
we'll
help
buy
us
you a
out.
sweatshirt.
I will buy you it. Look, if you hit 200 people in a dick and follow us on Twitter, I'll buy you a Kong Bong. How about that? Also follow
if
everybody.
one person hits Davos Sweeney in the dick 200 times, I'll buy you a car.
Subscribe, rate, review to all of the podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Network. It's tons of good talent. Hit them up for amazing articles. BellyUpSports.com. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Cheers, everybody.
See you next year. Dad jokes.
Damn it.
Be well.